catching kingies, as you've seen us do, is awesome fun. But keeping a couple to eat is all the better. But there are a couple of little tricks you have to do. First, you've got to bleed them. Second thing, put them on ice. A lot of guys just put them on the deck. A hot day like this, it's the worst thing. Get them, bleed them straight on ice. Then, when you get home, they're nice and ready to clean. So what I'm going to show you today is a way to clean a kingy, because a lot of people, believe it or not, struggle. So what we're going to do is clean it in a way that leaves it boneless, and it's relatively easy to do. Okay, first thing you do is, obviously using a sharp knife, is run, probably one can't see it too well in there, but you'll get the gist of what I'm doing. Run the knife up there, so you're sliding up along the backbone, then working down along the backbone, and you can feel it as you go that you're bouncing along the backbone. Then run the knife in here and trim it up to that end so that you've got the whole fillet. So you're taking the fillet off, yep. So then down, and then you continue down to here, and you same thing, just working on that backbone to about there. So that's one fillet done. And what I'm going to do is, you've got these wings, which I'm going to cut off in a minute as well, which are beautiful to barbecue. So what we do now is don't take the fillet off. Instead, turn the fish over, like so. Now what we do is repeat the whole process here. So run the knife down along the back like that, and then back in, straight up the top. You do the exact same thing. Stick her in like that. And obviously you need a sharp knife, so be careful you don't cut yourself, but that goes without saying. Same thing down here like this. And then feel your way down along the backbone. Get up there. Okay, now the next trick you do, so what you do now is you put your thumb in there, and then just make sure you're cutting down. You can see there now that I've cut it nice and close to the backbone. Do the same process underneath. So the same process, just put your finger in, bring it up like that. Slide your knife through like that. Now they've got knuckles running up along there, so what we do is to get the fillet, and then trim it up like that. See how there's a bit of a knuckle there? You can see it there. Now what we do, just make sure that we run that right up, because you can feel it cutting right against it. And then all we do is just work the knife, and as I was saying, you feel those knuckles. And then just simply run the knife up to there, and voila, one beautiful fillet. And you can see here, there's very little wastage. Now I love my kings, so I actually, if I'm killing a fish, I make use of the whole thing. So this is my sashimi. So after a good day's fishing, you can always just trim off a good little bit of meat like that. So you just keep cutting it like that. Okay, now we do the other side. So we flip her over, like so. And again, just check that backbone to make sure you're right down against the backbone. And again on this side, same thing. Just feed that knife. You should have cut it pretty well, but you just want to check and see. Thumb and forefinger, I should say. Slide in like that. Come to the end, pull up. And then probably from this side's the easiest. And then same thing, grab the tail, and then just run that knife up there, grab the head. And just work it through. As I said, sharp knife. I think this one's getting a little bit blunt. And here we go. Second beautiful fillet. Now what you can also do is take these. All you do is just run that knife down there. This is the way you don't waste any fish at all. Just work through that bone there, and just do a bit better effort than that. And then just all that there. Now these are beautiful on the barbie hole. So you get your wing like that. Cut in there. There we go. Bit easier. And there you have it. Just trim that meat off. and that's your stomach lining, so you don't eat that as much. But barbecue is beautiful for that. So we'll take the other wing off. And what you're going to see here at the end is pretty much, well, no fish. You waste nothing. These days it's really important, like, you got to be a part of the environment, you know. Even with your live bait, let all the liveys you're finished with go. You've got to kill a fish to eat. There's nothing wrong with that, but use it all. Don't waste it. They're too precious these days. All right, there's the second flap. Now, as you can see, there's not much left on that kingy now. And we're not going to throw that in the bin. I'm going to put those in the freezer, and I'm going to use that for burley for my liveys for probably tomorrow, I think. That way, we waste nothing. It goes back in the environment the way it should, and it's perfect. Beautiful. Okay, now with your fillets, there's still a few bones. So what we're going to do now is we're going to trim it out so you've just got pure flesh, no bones, which will keep the wife and kids very happy. First step is to actually run the knife just in here. This is the edge of the rib cage. And you just run your hand down. Just get that knife to slide up. There it is. And just trim it out. And it's just a little bit fiddly. And you just trim it there. Take the skin with it, because that's your stomach lining, so it's a bit acidic, so it's not the nicest to eat. So be a little bit liberal if you like. And again, that can go in our burley collection. Now, the final step is we're going to take the skin off, and we're going to just take the bones out. If you look down along the back here, there's bones there, just a single line of bones. So what we do is run the knife just up like that, and then again on the other side. Now you can eat these, you know, you can leave the bones in, I should say, but for the average bloke, or I suppose you should say the females, it's better to take them out, and you don't waste a lot of meat. You can see the bones just sitting in there. Next step is just to run the knife along there. Now this bones it out and completes the process by skinning it as well. Just keep working, put your thumb like that up a little bit and just work it through. And just keep going and get down to the end there. You can even hear the neighbours are getting fired up to go fishing. And there you have a beautiful boneless fillet. Now one trick I can offer is that if you're going to put it in the freezer, is trim this red meat out. So all you simply do is just slide the knife up like that and just run it down. It sounds like everyone's going off around the neighbourhood today. And see how there, it's a little bit messy, but it takes that strip of red meat out. Just run it up there. Beautiful. And here you have the finished product. No bones, no skin, and it's perfect for anything. You can use it, you can steak it up, put it on the barbecue, or you can put it in the oven as a big fillet. It's absolutely ideal. And the key is, so you catch the fish, bleed it, ice it, then fillet it out, and it's beautiful. And most importantly, all the leftovers, we're going to put them straight back in the water tomorrow for burley and end up with a pile of slimies to go and catch more kings. You gotta love Strike Zone Kings.